All right, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Southern Broadcast Gaming Network. And tonight we are here for race number 2 at Atlanta Motor Speedway with the Old Glory Racing League, and they got about 12 seconds left of practice, and we'll get into qualifying. We are at the Old Atlanta track tonight, so this track is very unpredictable. Cars are not on a fixed setup. They are actually custom setups. So we'll see how these drivers have put in the time, have put in this, and see how they have their setups dialed in for tonight. First time really getting into the custom setups, and they are very, very fun. You'll see a lot of these drivers adjust these cars. You know, if a caution does happen to come out, they'll be adjusting those cars to try to get that setup just right. We're going to have 90 laps here. We're going to see a stage break at lap number 23, and then it is going to be a fight to the finish. Right now, we are going to hit up some qualifying. Right now, we are watching Chris Isaacs. He's out there on the track. We talked to him earlier. He was fighting with a loose race car, trying to make those last-minute adjustments. Some of the drivers were fighting redlining just before going into the turn, so we saw some of them make some of those gear adjustments. But let's take a look at the weather here tonight. As it is going to be a hot temperature for the track. It's going to be 77 degrees on the track. It's 66 degrees outside. So as the temperature rises, these cars will get a little bit looser. They'll start burning off either that right front or that right rear. But Chris Isaacs so far putting in a pretty decent lap as we are in the spectator camera. So we get to see what the fans see from the stands. And Mark Kincaid actually put in the fastest lap so far. You know, watching them in practice, actually Colton Hefner, he had the fastest time on the track, and we should see him move up the ladder here as he puts in his qualifying laps. And there he is right there in that number 48. And he blinked out for just a second, coming out of turn number 4, headed for that tri-oval, crossing over the start-finish line. And Jared Stone puts in the fastest lap at a 29.8. A lot of these drivers were putting in a 30.6 in practice. Now we see him here in qualifying, putting in a faster lap time. Morales right now sitting in third, and those spots are subject to change as you see him drop down to fourth as Haynes takes over the third spot in the lineup. Got a couple of viewers out there in the chat and just want to say hello and welcome to Southern Broadcasting Gaming. Hit that like, share, and subscribe. Help us get this content out. Old Glory puts a lot of time and effort into all of the racing, as next week, you know, it's going to be a little bit different ball game. They're going to head to a road course. So it's going to be interesting to see how these drivers put in those setups for the road course. And everybody is almost done qualifying. We're going to see the number 77, and that is going to be Kevin Leash, trying to get his car up there on the pole. But tonight should be a little pretty interesting racing, as we're going to see bottom line racing, we're going to see top line racing. It just depends on where they set their car up and where it is going to save the most tires. They have 3 sets of tires here. They have 70% fuel, so they should be able to make the first stage on fuel. But how well are those tires going to hold up? And the last one to really put in a time is probably going to be Larry Contreras. We didn't see him last week, but he is here this week. And it looks like qualifying has got about a minute left, and we only have 2 drivers that have not qualified yet, and that's going to be Lord McFadden and Nick Osipek. 18 drivers on the track here tonight. seconds left in qualifying. Had a video at the beginning. I know it probably didn't have any audio. Still working out some of the audio issues. Don't like the new update that Streamlabs desktop actually put down. I'm probably going to try OBS, Streamlabs, or OBS next go around to see if that cures my problem, because I'm just not liking what I'm seeing from Streamlabs desktop. And hopefully we got the interviews, our Discord audio figured out. Thank you to Chris Isaacs for helping me out with that. All right, about 4 seconds left in qualifying. And let's go. We'll take a look at our lineup for this evening. All right, starting on the first row is going to be Stone and Kincaid. Row number 2 is looking like Hefner and Haynes. Row number 3 is going to be Morales and Oaks. Row number 4 is Chris Isaacs and Squire. Row number 5 is Mosley and Klotz. Mr. James Manderud and Larry Contores is going to be in row number 6. Row number 7 is looking like Matt Banky. He had a little bit of problems in qualifying, but hopefully he got those figured out. And it's going to be Kevin Leash. And wrapping up the tail end of the field is going to be Brianna Laurent driving that number 6 Chevrolet. That's going to be your lineup for this evening, as a couple drivers did not grid or something, or did not qualify, so they're going to start at the tail end, and that's going to be Osipik, McFadden, and Eccles. All right, drivers are getting on to the track, and there they are, getting ready to take that green flag here in the next couple minutes as they all get loaded into the track. Jared Stone is going to be your pole sitter. Let's see if we can catch up with him real quick before he gets all strapped in. And let's see. Where is he? There he is. Ford Sports. Mr. Jared Stone, Mr. Richard up in the booth. You got a copy.
Richard, what's going on, man?
Matt, you're what's happening. You got the pole, man. Tell us how that track is feeling, especially in practice. We saw a couple people struggling. How is it going to be for you here tonight?
It can definitely get out from underneath you and real quick. The setup I have right now is pretty comfy. I'm just going to kind of chill out and let them waste their tires, and I'll come up behind them.
Absolutely. Starting on the pole, not too bad at all. But, man, enjoy your race. You're getting ready to take the green flag, and we will hopefully catch you at stage break.
All right. Thanks, Richard.
Not a problem. All right. Put him back into his chat. Hopefully I got it right. He's in Ford Sports driving a Chevrolet. Yes, I did. All right. That number 13, I'm bringing him around out of turn number 4. Getting ready to take that checkered flag, or that green flag. Geico restart zone, green flag racing, and he's going to have a good jump coming out of the tri-oval. Had a little bit of a checkup in the back, and I don't know who that was. I believe that was going to be back here towards Mosley. I believe that was. He got out of shape on that start, but they're going to go 3 wide coming out of turn number 2, and that is going to be Mosley, and let's see, Klotz and Squires. They all get it straightened out, and they're back to 2 wide racing. Here comes that number 25 of James Manderud. He's gonna look to the inside of the 02 of Klotz, and not going to be able to get there this time. That outside line did prevail. And coming across to complete lap number 1. So far, so good. And Jared Stone, he's going to be right there out front with Mark Kincaid in second. And here comes Jeff Oaks. He's looking to take the outside from Mark Kincaid, and he's going to try to take over second place as they come into turn number 3. Into turn number 3, Mark Kincaid is going to look down low. It looks like Oaks is going to dive it down to the bottom white line. And Colton Hefner, he is struggling just a little bit here in these opening laps. And coming in for lap number 2. And here comes Logan Haynes looking to the outside. Mark Kincaid did lose a spot. Now he's back to 5th. He's lost 3 spots in the first 3 laps. And the fastest laps is going to be Daryl Klotz. And he's making it happen. He's got a little bit of drafting help from the 99, and that is going to be Jacob Morales in that Toyota. Now, the Toyotas did not show a lot of speed last week, and we found out that he did not have the right setup. But here, the Toyotas are shining as we have a battle of the manufacturers for 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, and Jeff Oakes all over the back bumper of that Chevrolet driven by Jared Stone. Coming out of turn number 2, it looks like Oakes is going to look to the inside. Is he going to be able to get there? No, he's not going to be able to get there this time, but now he is going to be there coming into turn number 3. He is going to have the lead, and we got our first lead change of tonight here at lap number 4, coming to lap number 5. What a good run this is, and we heard Stone. He was saying, you know, he's going to try to get them to use up their tires and then reel them back in, as Logan Haynes now has the fastest lap on the track, a 30.3 here at Hot Atlanta Motor Speedway. Colton Hefner still has his Toyota right there in the 3rd position, but here comes Logan Haynes in his Chevrolet. He's going to knock the Toyotas out of the top 3. If he can make the pass. Coming through the Geico restart zone, he's going to be looking to the inside. Not going to be able to get there this time. Coming into turn number 1, he's going to get it back down single file, but looking to dive it down to that white line. Coming out of turn number 2, he's going to be able to make the pass with Colton Hefner stuck out on that outside. Mark Kincaid under fire as Chris Isaacs is going to look to the inside. This is going to be a battle for the 5th position. Is he going to be able to get there? Nope. It looks like Mark Kincaid is going to close the door on him. And we'll see if we can't get that track map up for you. And track map not wanting to show itself right now, but we'll see what we can do. All right, there is the track map, so you can see where all your favorite drivers are. Now, let's take a look at the 77. The 77 is definitely off pace just a little bit. He started at the back. He's down 3 positions from where he started. He's trying to track down Brianna Laurent. Brianna Laurent is in the 15th spot. So Kevin Leash trying to make something happen. Travis Eccles in the number 15 Bucky's machine. He is just now coming into turn number 1 as the lead pack is starting out in the middle of 3 and 4. So he's got a lot of making up to do, but we will see that stage break. You're really quiet. Okay. I'll see if I can fix that. We will see that stage break at lap number 23. All right. Hopefully, Devin, that is a little bit better. Appreciate you letting me know that. Now the fastest man on the track is going to be this man right here in that number 25 Budweiser machine driven by James Manderud. He has been making a statement, and he is looking for a win here at Hot Atlanta. This is one of his favorite tracks, just by knowing him just a little bit. But Jeff Oakes out in front, and he has got about a 0.2 of a second lead over Haynes. Haynes really starting to make up some ground. He is up 2 positions. Jeff Oakes is going to be your biggest mover of the race, going to be up 5 spots from where he started. But let's take a look through the field. It's going to be Jeff Oakes. He's going to be your leader. You got Logan Haynes. He is going to be right there in second, up 2 positions. Jared Stone falling back to 3rd. He was your pole sitter. Now he's sitting right there in 3rd. Colton Hefner down 1 spot, trying to take over that 3rd position from a Stone. And you got Chris Isaacs right there in wrapping up your top 5, up 2 spots. You got Daryl Klotz right there, up 4 positions in 6th. You got James Manderud. He is going to be right there in 7th. He is going to be up 4 spots from where he started. Mark Kincaid down 6 in 8th. And you got Jacob Morales in 9th, down 4. Dylan Mosley going to be wrapping up your top 10. The Marble Machine, Osipik, up 5 spots right there in 11th, trying to take over that position from Mosley. And Larry Cantor is going to be right there where he started this race in 12th. And you got Matt Banky. He struggled a little bit in practice, but this could be a strategy. Save tires, be there at the end of the stage. Lauren McFadden is going to be up 3 right there in 14th. Wrapping up 15th is going to be Jared Squires. Ran really well last week at the opening race in Daytona. Rick can't keep a line. It's smelly. What? Dang, that's brutal. Smelly? Dang. All right, catching back up with our leader. He is going to extend his lead about to about 0.3 of a second over Haynes. Haynes really extended his lead over Hefner. He has got about a 0.5 of a second lead over Colton. In that number 48, still have a battle of the manufacturers in the top 3. You got Ford leading, Chevrolet in second, and a Toyota in third. Once again, Toyotas did not run very well last week, so they're looking to make that up here at Atlanta, and so far, so good. And lap number 15 underway out of 90. All right, let's put it on exciting, as Atlanta actually is a very exciting track. You got a little bit of pack racing, but it can get spread out as a green flag for long green flag runs. But we got a pretty good pack right here, a three car pack, and that is going to be Chris Isaacs. That is going to be Daryl Klotz and James Manderud. Not going to be too far back, right there in the 7th position. He's watching these two battle up front. Let's take a ride on board with the Manderud. As these two cars are battling right there side by side in front of James, he is making up some ground. As you can see, he has already caught Chris Isaacs and David Klotz. He has made it into the 5th spot, taking that spot away from Chris Isaacs. Chris Isaacs now only up 1 position from where he started. We'll put the biggest mover on the screen there. There you see. Osipik, he is going to be the biggest mover with 6 spots gain. You got Jeffrey Oaks right there, tied with Daryl Klotz for second biggest mover. Looks like Mark Kincaid is starting to wake up a little bit, as he is going to take a 3 wide. And this is going to be a battle out of turn number 4. And who is going to be able to prevail? Looks like Chris Isaacs may have rubbed the wall just a little bit coming out of turn number 4, but he has been right back in the gas. And he has got Osipik right there on the inside. And Osipik's car is starting to wake up here later on in the run. Here at lap number 19, we got a stage break coming up here very soon, and we're going to go 3 wide. Once again, a little bit of contact coming out of turn number 2. And Manderud is going to let the 88 right on by. And just tuck in right behind. That could have been catastrophic, as these drivers are fighting as hard as they can to get as many stage points as they can. And Osipik up to 7th now. And now he is up 9 spots from where he started. So what a nice run for that 88 machine. We'll have to keep an eye on him for the second stage, the final stage, that is. And lap number 20 underway. Here is your leader. And let's take a look behind him. There is the pack behind him. Hefner made his way up to second. He's got Stone right there on his tail. And let's go take a look at that battle, because that looks like a close battle for the second position as the stage is coming to an end. There you have Stone. He's going to be on the top of the track trying to make his way around that 03 machine. And he's got a little bit of a run coming out of turn number 2 down that back stretch. Headed into turn number 3, he is going to make his way right back into 3rd. That is our pole sitter. We're going to have to see how his car reacts on the longer runs once we get past this stage break. Haynes is going to be right there in the 4th position. That's right there where he started. He was up to 2nd, but his car is starting to fall off, as these cars are going to use up either that right rear or that right front, depending on how they have them set up. but don't look too far back, and that is going to be Daryl Klotz. He's looking to the inside, trying to get that position away from Haynes, and he is going to be able to pull it off, knocking Haynes back to the 5th position, and lap number 23 is underway. Now, once the leader crosses over the line, they will throw the caution for the stage, and it looks like Oaks is going to be able to grab the stage win. Colton Hefner possibly going to be able to grab a 2nd place, but he's got Stone all over the back bumper of that Toyota Camry. But still a battle of the manufacturers up here in the top 3. Glad to see those Toyotas really making a statement here. And lap number 24 underway. And there it is. The caution is out. And that is going to slow them all down, get them all bunched back up. We're going to come in. We're going to see them take 4 fresh fuel goods and top it off with that Sunoco racing fuel. So far, so good as far as racing goes. It looks like everybody got their setups dialed in just before qualifying. And let's take a look from the pace car. There is the view from the pace car. There is your leader right there, Jeff Oaks. And everybody's going to come down pit lane. I do believe Old Atlanta is going to be 45 miles an hour, so you got to be careful with speeding, especially if you are going to be making green flag pit stops. If we see it go green like we just witnessed, they'll have to make those green flag pit stops. And the new Atlanta track, you actually have to pit. You actually have to pit coming out just before turn number 3, but Old Atlanta, you do not. So, working off the old rules. As it looks like the 99 did not make his pit stall. And the leader is down and away. Looks like Stone is going to get out. Stone, Hefner, Haynes, Osipik is going to come out 5th. Up 11 spots from where he started this race. All right, let's see if we can't catch up with Mr. Jeff Oaks and see how he's feeling about the rest of his race. If I can find him. And he is not in Discord, folks. You know what? Let's see if we can catch up with Colton. We haven't talked to him. Where is he at? Where is he at? Where is he at? There he is, Yoda Mafia.
Hey, what's going on, Richard?
Not a whole lot, man. You look like you're running pretty darn good. As last week, y'all had a few problems in the Toyotas, but the Toyotas are seeming to look pretty strong here tonight. Tell us how you're feeling about the rest of this race.
Man, I'll go ahead and tell y'all fans, last week the Toyotas messed up big time. Let's just say the Toyotas came to Daytona with the wrong setup for a completely different type of track, and that kind of set us behind. But other than that, tonight, man, it's been going good. Our setups were fast. Qualifying, we had a bad, fast hot rod. We were good in practice, and we're doing really good right now in the race, staying top 3. Jeffrey's taking it pretty good to us right now. He's looking like the best car out there, but Jared and all these other cars behind us are looking good. So we'll see how it goes from here on out. I think the race is going to go pretty good. I think we'll probably get green. We'll go green the rest of the way. The lobby's looking pretty good right now.
Absolutely. Well, you got a little bit of blinking going on, so hopefully that'll get it straightened out. But good luck in the rest of your race, and hopefully we'll be talking to you later.
Thank you, Richard. Appreciate it, sir.
Not a problem. All right, that was Mr. Boombastic. Colton Hefner. It's pretty good music going on. All right, Jeff Oaks taking the green flag as Jared Stone has a little bit of a connection issue. He's going to be stuck on the outside line. Here comes Colton Hefner. He's going to be looking to the inside, and here comes Haynes to the inside, trying to take over that third position from Stone, and he does. So Stone going to fall back a couple positions, being on the outside on that restart. And here comes that 88 Osipik. He is looking to the outside. He's got a nice little run. 2 wide racing right there behind him. And that is going to be Klotz and Kincaid. Kincaid trying to make his way back up. He lost 5 positions. And now he's looking to get back up towards the front if he can manage his way around this traffic. So far, so good. We've had all green flag racing except for the stage break. Ooh, a little bit of wiggling going on behind, and I believe that was Dylan Mosley, but he was able to get it straightened out. But out front, 0.4 of a second lead over Hefner is going to be Jeff Oaks. And right behind him is going to be Logan Haynes. Not a bad run. And once again, there is going to be your biggest mover of the race so far. Most position gained, 11 for Osipik. Can he be the new fan favorite coming all the way back from the back to the front and maybe winning a race for his first time here at Old Glory? Osipik trying to get around that 0-2 of Klotz, not able to get there this time, coming in turn number 1, and it looks like Klotz is going to close up the gap on Stone. Stone riding that white line coming out of turn number 2, headed down the back stretch. They are going to be single file, and it looks like Haynes is trying to make a move on Hefner. Is he going to be able to get there coming in turn number 3? He's going to ride up a little bit higher. Ooh, it looks like Hefner is blinked out just for a moment, but Haynes is not going to be able to get there coming out of turn number 4. Looks like a little bit of single file racing as Mandarud, he's sitting back, still up. He's going to be still up three positions from where he started. Right there in 8th, still in the top 10. Ooh, Isaac's getting a little bit loose coming out to turn number 2. He does save it, but that's going to open up the door for Mosley to look to the high line. Not going to be able to get there. Chris Isaacs gets back on the gas and was able to keep Mosley at bay in that 11th position. Now coming through the tri-oval, it's going to be side-by-side racing for the 24 and the 3. 3 going to be up high as the 24 is going to look down low. He's going to ride that white line. Is he going to be able to get there coming out of turn number 2? No, they're going to still be side-by-side as they come down the backstretch. Mostly not going to be able to make that pass on Chris Isaacs as they come into turn number 3. He's going to look down low. Once again, not going to be able to get there. He's going to tuck in line and maybe use a little bit of draft as Atlanta is a draft track. But it looks like he is out of gas. And we do have our first caution for Larry Contores. He has crashed. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened to Mr. Contores. All right, 77 up high, 12 they're going to be down low. And this is going to be Contores. And it looks like the 77 is going to be Leash. Oh, Leash comes down into Contores, and both of those cars are going to take a hard hit to the outside wall. Matt Banky trying to get his car slowed down as fast as he can so he doesn't make contact. Does he get a little bit of piece of the pie? Nope. But he did flat spot those tires, so he's probably going to have to come in and change those tires out. But Contores, he's doing a pretty good job at keeping it off of that inside wall. He's got it locked down. Does he make contact? Just a little bit, but he does have that fast repair. And you know what? Let's go back and let's ride along. Let's ride along on the inside of Contores. And we'll play at full speed. And there is contact. Bam! Hard hit to the outside wall. Lock down, and a little bit of contact to the inside. He'll definitely go in and probably either repair it or use that fast repair. But only 2 cars involved, and you know I kind of want to see it from Matt Banky's view, as he had a pretty good view. Let's ride it on his gyro cam. Now let's ride on the cockpit. And this is what he saw. Contact, lock it down, down through the gears. You can see how fast he is downshifting, trying to get that car slowed down, and he does. So good job by Matt Bakey of not getting any damage. So a couple cars are going to bring their cars down pit road. Lee's going to be down pit road. There is the 77. Oaks leading the most laps so far. All right, pace car lights are out. We're getting ready to go back green flag racing this time by. And there is the Geico restart zone, and we are back green flag racing as look at the jump that Oaks got on that restart. He still has Colton Hefner and Logan Haynes right there. They are pretty much nose to tail as they come out of turn number 2. Looks like a little bit of a wiggle out of the 03, and it looks like the 48 slides up in front of the 03. Gets off the gas just a little bit, and they're going to be side by side as they come into turn number 3. But the 48 is going to have it. He's going to have the preferred lane coming out of turn number 2, and we are back under caution. And let's go see what happened to Brianna Laurent. It looks like she went off track. Oh, Larry Contreras once again. Let's stop it right there, and we're gonna find Larry. It looks like he smacked the wall. We're gonna have to back it up because it didn't give us an indicator of what exactly happened, and he elected not to fix that damage with the fast repair, so he may go in there and fix it this time. And that car just did not want to turn, got into Brianna Laurent. They both go through the grass. And Contreras is going to take another hit to the inside wall. So Contreras not having the best of times here in stage number 2. Well, it's our third caution for the night. Not too bad for hot Atlanta. These cars are very unpredictable. This track is unpredictable as the weather. Let's take a look how much the weather has changed so far. It's 78 degrees and a 78 degree track temp and 65 outside. So the track temp is rising, and the wind from the northwest is actually increased quite a bit. And they got an 84% chance of rain. Lap number 40 is about to be underway, and the pace car lights are out, and Oaks still out front. Colton going to be starting up to the outside. You have Haynes and Stone in row number 2. You got Klotz and Osipik right there in row number 3. Mark Kincaid and James Manderud in row number 4. Dylan Mosley and Morales going to be in row number 5. Squire and McFadden in row number 6. You got Chris Isaacs and Brianna Laurent in row number 7. Matt Bankey, you're going to be in row number 8. Larry Contores, he is down pit road once again. And he is coming out. He is going to be at the tail end of the longest line. Travis Eccles and Kevin Leash, they are going to be shown 1 lap down as of right now. All right, here they come. Out of turn number 4, ready for that Geico restart zone. And let's get back to some green flag racing. And there it is. Green flag is out, and it was a pretty good restart for the top 3. There you see the 02, you have the 48 and the 03. And that's going to be Oaks, Haynes, and Hefner. Still a battle of the manufacturers as they got about a 0.3 of a second lead over Klotz. But that lead is slowly but surely dwindling down as now they are about 0.2 of a second. So a little bit of draft does go a long way as they come out of turn number 4. It looks like Daryl Klotz, he has got the draft from the 03. Hefner right back up to second. And looks like Haynes looking to the inside, coming down the backstretch. They are going to be side by side, going to tuck right back in line. Ooh, it looks like Mark Kincaid. He had a little bit of an issue, and he's got Stone on the outside as they come into turn number 3. And here comes James Manderud looking to take it 3 wide. Ooh, maybe a little bit of contact between Kincaid and Stone. They keep it together, but here comes that 88 up 9 positions from where he started this race in the top 10. He is going to take the position away from James Manderud, working his way back up into the 7th position. Almost a little bit of contact coming out of turn number 2. 82 looking to the outside. He's McFadden going to have a little bit of draft from the 25 as they come into turn number 3. Not going to be able to get there. 88 fighting right back on that bottom lane. But can he hold it coming out of turn number 4? Out of turn number 4, not going to be able to get there this time. It looks like James Manderud using a little bit of that front bumper to move Stone out of the way, but not going to be able to do it as Stone dives it right back down to the white line. James Manderud forced to move up a lane, but not going to be able to do anything with it. Lost a little bit of speed, having to change lanes in the middle of the corner. Coming into turn number 3 once again. And we got a little bit of a hornet's nest back here. And it's only a matter of time before somebody gets stung. 99 doing a pretty darn good job. He moved himself back up in the top 10. He's down 5 positions from where he started. He just made the pass on Dylan Mosley. Going to dive it down to the white line coming out of turn number 2. Oh, and Mosley going to get in the wall just a little bit right there in front of Chris Isaacs. Chris Isaacs down 5 positions just outside of the top 10. Still have a long way to go. 45 laps left in the race. Jeff Oaks, he has led most of the laps here tonight. Colton Hefner still holding on to second. He's still got Haynes right there behind him. Still a Ford, Toyota, and a Chevrolet up in the top 3. Looks like Klotz, he is looking to put his Ford up in the top 3 as he is looking to the outside of Haynes. Not going to be able to get there this time. Going to use a little bit of momentum coming out of turn number 4. He's going to close that gap, and he's going to look to the inside, going to look to the outside. Not going to be able to get there. He's may use the back bumper if you hold him up too long. In the turn number 1, going to lose a little bit of speed. Going in turn number 1, diving down to the bottom of the racetrack. Going to try to dime it in the corner, and coming out of turn number 2, a little bit loose as they head towards the backstretch. Mark Kincaid. He has a mirror full of this. 3 cars. That's going to be the 25, the 82, and the 88 trying to take that position away from him as the 82 looks like they scrubbed the wall just a little bit coming out of turn number 4. And you know what we have not done yet? Let's go ahead and I say let's crank it up. First one that's totally Joseph, do you have sound now? Log into my phone and see if we got it. Has crashed. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened. All right. Now that we got that fixed, sorry about that. I did not know, but yeah. So apparently that you have to add an audio output capture now with Streamlabs desktop, which I think that's ridiculous because even though that you have the mixer and it's stating that hey you have sound here, it's you still don't. It's absolutely ridiculous. They need to set it back the way it was. That way you don't have to do all the additives and have 20 different audio sources listed on your OBS. So now that we got that figured out, looks like we had a couple pit takers. Now Larry Contreras, he did pit. Let's take a look and see the last time that he came in to the pits. Last pit stop was at lap number 40. You have Oaks coming in at 53. Everybody came at 53, but Contreras. Now he did get involved in a couple incidents, so he did come in and top off. And now he finds himself leading this race. Now he probably does have a little bit older tires, but we'll have to see how he's been managing those tires, see if he can stay out front. But he will maybe get some points for laps led. We're halfway through the race. Not a lot of racing left to go as we will go green with about 36 laps to go. And once again, Joseph, I appreciate the input. Sorry about the beginning of the race. That's all I can say. All right, double file once again. Cantoris out front with Oaks to the outside. Colton Hefner, he's gonna be all over the back bumper of Cantoris. Now Cantoris is on a little bit older tires. Let's see how long he can hold on. And there is the restart. We are green flag racing once again. Colton Hefner, he's gonna be taking over the second position from Oaks. And now he's going to be looking to the bottom of the racetrack and trying to take over the lead. And he is going to have the lead. And they were thinking about going 3 wide. And Colton Hefner, oh no, Mandarood going to be hard into the wall. Another caution coming out. Matt Bakey going to be involved. And the caution is going to be out once again. And we're going to have to go back and take a look at what happened. James Mandarood hard hit to the inside wall. And there you see, we're going to zoom out just a little bit, see if we can find out what happened to 25. 25 just got loose. He's going to be on those newer tires, and he's going to take a trip to the inside wall. Matt Bankey, we're going to have to back it up just a little bit and find out if he got a little bit of help from the 24 or the 13. I don't believe he did, but let's take a look from... Let's see. Let's go to the chopper cam. Get to the chopper. All right, there you see Matt Bankey. He's going to be right there on the inside of the 13, trying to make it around. There you see the 25. He's going to be 2 cars up ahead, or 3 cars, excuse me. And Matt Bankey, no contact with the 13. He is just going to get loose all on his own. So is the 25. 25 is going to take a hard hit. Here is the hit to the 25. Hard lick to the inside wall. Matt Bankey still out of control. Everybody making those evasive maneuvers. Trying to get around. Oh, goodness. The 15 did make contact, so that's going to be a fast repair. There's probably going to be a lot of left front wheel damage. 15 going to take a hard hit to the outside wall, or the inside wall also. But I wonder if he knows he can't park there. I think he'll figure it out. And he does get it back up and going. Couple cars going to make the trip down pit road. Colton Hefner going to be scored your leader. Last pitted at lap number 53. Larry Cantoris pitted at lap number 40, and he has fallen back to the 4th position in a lap. So it's very important to have newer tires. But with only 3 sets of tires, it depends on how many sets you have left in the pits. If I was some of these drivers, I got after taking that first set at the stage break, then taking a set at lap number 53, they got 1 set left, and they're probably going to hold on to those as long as they can, just in case they get that late caution. .34 laps to go. Pace car lights are off. We're going to get double file once again. Colton Hefner going to be in control of the restart. And coming out of turn number 2. All right, here they come. Turn number 3, 32 laps to go when we go back green flag racing. Pace car is off. Geico restart zone. let's go green flag racing. Colton Hefner going to get a really good jump on that restart as he crosses over start-finish line. And here comes Oaks. Oaks has had a dominant car all night. Let's see how this Toyota does in that fresh air as he is going to look to the middle of the racetrack. Here he comes on the turn number 2, heading for the backstretch, and he is going to have about 3/10 of a second gap on Oaks. Now Oaks is going to slowly but surely dwindle that lead down that the 48 has. And here comes Mark Kincaid. Now, we haven't seen him up towards the front in a while since the start of this race, and now he's working himself up to the 3rd position as we still have a battle of the manufacturers. Only now a Toyota is leading in this race. Up 2 spots from where he started is going to be Colton Hefner, Jeff Oaks, and then Mark Kincaid going to be down 1 position from where he started. But don't look now, it's Osipik right there in 4th. He's going to look to the inside of Mark Kincaid. Here they come in turn number 3. And it looks like that number 88 is going to be able to take over the position for a moment. But here comes Mark Kincaid on the outside and coming out of turn number 4, side by side as they cross over the start-finish line. It looks like the 88 has about a bumper of an advantage over the 54 as they come into turn number 1. But don't look now, it is going to be Klotz. He's going to be looking to take a position from one of these Chevrolet drivers as they come out of turn number 2. Almost scraping the wall, coming out of the backstretch. He's going to choose the high line right there behind Mark Kincaid and leaving the 88 out to dry as they are both going to make that pass, dropping the 88 down to 5th. That was a pretty good run for Osipik as once again, this is his first debut in the Old Glory Racing Series. So not a bad way to make a statement here early on for the first race. McFadden going to be up 11 positions. Oh my God, big wreck in the back. Somebody was put on spin cycle, and we are going to be back under caution once again. Let's go back and take a look and find out what happened to Morales and Stone. Put on spin cycle like yesterday's laundry. And it looks like Quintores gets a little bit loose, comes out on the track, and there he goes right into the 13. Morales has nowhere to go, and Jared Stone going to be put on spin cycle. Everybody trying to make it around. It looks like Chris Isaac's going to get a piece of that pie. 24 and the 97 going to make it right on by. And you know what? Let's go back and take a look from the 97's point of view as he probably had a pretty good look at this. And let's play it full speed. There's the contact. There's the wall hit. And there's the smoke. Can't see. Making it through. Now let's see from Chris Isaacs. Right there in front. Oh, nowhere to go. Contact. And there is going to be some fast repairs that are going to have to be used. This lap. So, not what you want to see with 27 laps to go. And a lot of these cars are going to have to dive it into pits, use those fast repairs, maybe grab a set of tires and have fresher tires on this stint. But you got to be worried about that caution coming out later on in the run. And it looks like somebody is going to get their lap back. And it looks like that is going to be the 15 of Travis Eccles. Welcome back to the Bucky's car to the lead lap. Looks like Morales, he's back out. Colton Hefner going to be still leading this race. Chris Isaac's going to dive in and get some of that damage repaired that he sustained. Doesn't look too bad, but looks can be deceiving. This is an aerodynamic track, so any front end damage can change the handling of this race car. So we'll see if he uses that fast repair up as he makes it into his pit box. And he did. He used it. No tires. Maybe a little bit of fuel. And he is going to be down and away. Colton Hefner blinking out just a little bit. Hate to see that. But it's time to go back green flag racing with 25 laps to go when they hit the start-finish line. All right, still out front and under caution once again. Man, it looks like Matt Bankey going to bring out the caution. So let's go take a look and find out what happened to Matt Bankey coming through the tri-ovals. Oh, there's a little bit of something going on in front. Oh, we're going to have to back that up just a little bit. Mark Kincaid going to be involved. And let's find Mark Kincaid. Ooh, the 20. Let's find the best camera view for this. And there they are. And let's slow it down. A little bit of contact between the 02 and Mark Kincaid. There you see the 02 sliding up the track. Just a little bit of contact right there. And that is going to spin. That is going to send the 54 to the outside wall. Hard hit to the outside wall. Coming back down the track. And looks like some evasive maneuver is going to happen. 24 going to be involved. 03 going to be involved. We saw him up front all night long. Matt Bankey going to get a piece of the pie right there. And that is going to be a broken axle for the 35. Big hit for the 35. 24 possibly still has that fast repair left. But quite a few fast cars taken out. We'll see how many cars are able to return to the track. I believe Mark Kincaid does have that fast repair. But it looks like, no, he may not. 03 is going to be in the pits. Doesn't have the fast repair. Colton Hefner kind of liking all these restarts with 22 laps to go. He's looking like he's sitting pretty comfortable. Still has a set of tires in the pits. Like green. Next time by 20 laps to go here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. This is an open setup racing league now. Last season was fixed setups. They decided to go with the open setups. See if make it a little bit more challenging. It definitely looks pretty competitive out there. As look at McFadden up 13 spots. Going to be right outside the top 3 in 4th, starting in row number 2. All right, let's go through the field real quick. You got Hefner and Oaks right there in the front. You got Klotz and McFadden right there in row number 2. Row number 3 is Osipic and Squires. You got James Manaroo right there in row number 4 with Jared Stone. Row number 5 is looking like Morales and Laurent. Travis Eccles back on the lead lap, along with Chris Isaacs in 12th. All right, pace car is going to dive off this time by 20 laps to go. Let's get back to it. All right, green flag is out, and there goes that Toyota off like a rocket. Did not get the best jump that he wanted to, as the 02 of, or the 20 of Oaks is going to be right there in the mix. He's only going to be about 0.2 of a second up, second back, and then you got Klotz. He's going to be right there on the back bumper with McFadden right there in tow. Osipic not doing a bad job as he's looking to the inside. Going to ride that middle right there by the 82. Got to worry about these cars getting aero tight, riding so close to the back bumper. And that's why you see the line staggered just a little bit as they come through the tri-oval into turn number 1. He's going to stick to that middle lane. He's going to dive it down all the way to the bottom of the racetrack and slide it right back up, right in behind that 82. Not going to be able to close the gap that way. He's going to have to try to find another way around McFadden. As they come into turn number 3, going to ride that high line all the way around to turn number 4. Through the tri-oval. Got Klotz right there in front in 3rd. We got a battle for the lead. Heating up past the 20 of Oaks. He's led a lot of laps, but he's now looking at the back bumper of Colton Hefner. Hefner going to be right there in the middle. Jeff Oaks is going to set the fastest lap. Almost a little bit of contact as they come down the backstretch, but the 48 has the preferred lane on the backstretch, and that's going to be the outside lane. Coming into turn number 3, he is going to stick to his guns in that middle lane. He's going to have the run off of turn number 4. He's going to keep the lead as the 20 is going to fall back to about 1/10 of a second. So as fast as that battle started, it ended out of turn number 4. And, yep, that's what I figured there, Matt. Sorry to see that. Did you have a fast repair left at least? Well, the battle is still heated up with 17 laps left to go as they come out of turn number 2, still sticking to his, turn number 4, still sticking to his guns in that middle lane. And they're going to keep the lead as for now. Looking for the most exciting battle on the track, and it is going to be, here comes the teammate, and that is going to be Klotz. And now it's going to be 2 Fords trying to get around one Toyota up here in the top 3. Got McFadden right there in the mix, going to be right there in 4th. Got Osipic right there on the inside, going to be able to make the pass in the tri-oval, and he is going to take over the 4th position. Colton Hefner still got about a 1/10 of a second lead over the 20 of Oaks. Oaks has led the most laps so far, but can Colton Hefner keep him from leading more laps as the 48 coming up turn number 2? We're going to stick to that outside lane. No blocking just yet. 15 laps to go. Coming into turn number 3, out of turn number 4. 48 going to ride the high line, going to lose a little bit of ground side by side as Colton Hefner barely leads that lap, and Oaks still trying to take over the lead. Oaks is now going to have the lead as Colton Hefner riding in the middle, trying to get that lead back. But it looks like the tires on that Toyota are starting to give up right in that middle lane. Going to try to draft right there behind Oaks, still holding tight with Klotz, his teammate, right there behind Colton Hefner. In 4th, and you got James Manaroo working his way up in the top 5, up 6 spots from where he started. So it's been a pretty good ride for that number 25. McFadden falling back into 6. Morales, he's got his Toyota up in the top 7. So that's pretty good for that 99 Mobile 1 Toyota, as he was involved in an incident not too many laps ago. 13 laps to go as we cross over the start of the 12 as Oak Springs into turn number 1. Got Klotz making his way around Hefner. Hefner is going to have his hands full as Osipic looking to take over that third position with James Pitwood in tow. Right there in 5th. Let's put it on the most exciting race, and that is going to be the 48 and the 02. As they make their way around for 11 laps to go here in tonight's race at Atlanta Motor Speedway. You know, it's good to see a lot of folks still run the order in Atlanta because it takes a little bit of strategy and it makes you really work on these race cars, because the new Atlanta, with it being freshly paved, it's more like a super speedway. I've been trying to work on my safety rating and I rating. And, you know, I don't do too bad, but it's more super speedway racing. And don't really care for the super speedway racing because a lot of people are aggressive. But this track is more skill related, and it actually shows here too. Oak still out front. He has extended his lead out to about 0.4 of a second over Klotz. Klotz has the lead right there behind, about a 0.1 of a second gap between those two. And there is your battle for the second position. As Hefner looks to the top lane, not going to be able to get there. As actually, he is going to be able to get there. As Klotz, he was not able to put the power down coming out of turn number 4. He's going to look to try to gain that position back coming out of turn number 2. They are going to slide up towards the wall. Ooh, Colton Hefner, he is going to get a little bit loose. They're going to be side by side coming in turn number 3. Hefner going to lose that position once again with 8 laps to go. Laps are ticking out quick, fast, and in a hurry. And the person that is in the catbird seat is going to be Osipic, up 12 spots from where he started. And he has got a really good breakaway from the 25 of James Vanderwood. James Vanderwood fell off quite a bit. He is about 1.3 seconds back from Osipic. So everybody falling off except for the top 3, as they are still within a half a second of each other. Or excuse me, top 3. Back to this battle, right back side by side for the second position. This is the best battle on the track. And here comes that 88 right there in the mix. And Hefner going to extend that lead by 0.3 of a second. But here comes the 88 looking to the outside. Going to try the same lane as the 48. Not going to be able to get there. Going to try a little bit of a crossover move as they come through the triangle with 5 laps to go. Not a lot of laps left here in tonight's race. But 88 trying to make something happen, trying to find a speed out of turn number 2. Is he going to be able to get there? No, he rubs the wall just a little bit, but it doesn't slow him down too much. Still within reach, but it's slowly extending 0.5 of a second, or half a second, should I say, between Klotz and Osipic. Colton Hefner definitely wants to see that battle as he is slowly but surely starting to reel in the leader. And that Toyota is starting to wake up with 4 laps to go. Does he have enough time to catch the leader? And that he's put the hammer down. Now within 0.2 of a second, we will probably see a battle for the win as 0.1 of a second as they come out of turn number 4 with 3 laps to go. Does the 48 have enough tires to really make something happen? Looking to the outside. He's not going to be able to get there. The 20 closes the door coming into turn number 1. Keep a 0.1 of a second gap. Now extends that gap up to up to 0.2 of a second. Going to be coming to the line with 2 to go. The 20 is a little bit slower coming into turn number 3. And out of turn number 4, it looks like Hefner, he does have a better car coming out of turn number 4. Coming across the start-finish line, we're going to have 2 laps to go into tonight's race. And now back to 1/10 of a second. You only got about 6 turns left to make something happen. What do you do? Do you use the bumper? Get him loose? What do you do? Coming into turn number 3 to the white flag. And there it is. The white flag is out. Less than 1/10 of a second separate the 20 from the 48, and now we have a lap down car that's going to be thrown in the mix. Not going to cause any issues. Here he comes down the backstretch. Colton Hefner trying to do something with the 20. Not going to be able to get there. These are the last 2 turns. And Colton Hefner going way up the track, trying to get a little bit of a run. Not going to be able to get there. And Jeff Oakes is going to win tonight's race here at Motor Speedway. Congratulations to Jeff Oakes. He put in the hard work and he led a lot of laps, and now all that hard work paid off with a win. Second race of the season so far, and Jeff Oakes is going to take that W. Colton Hefner put up a really good fight, putting his Toyota in a podium position. Tried to get there for the win, but just did not have the tires to get around the 20. All right, well, with that being said, let's take a look at tonight's final results. Well, after 90 laps, you're going to have Jeff Oakes from Pennsylvania. He is going to win tonight's race. You got Colton Hefner. He is going to finish out in second. You got Daryl Klotz. He is going to finish out in third. You got Nick Osipik from California. He's going to finish out fourth. What a good day that 88 car has had. Lauren McFadden going to finish out in fifth. Jacob Morales is going to finish in sixth. James Manderud in seventh. Jared Stone in eighth. Chris Isaacs in ninth. Wrapping up your top 10 is going to be Jared Squires. 11th is going to be Travis Eccles, Brianna Laurent in 12th, and Dylan Mosley in 13th. 14th is going to be Mark Kincaid. 15th is going to be Kevin Leash. 16th is going to be Larry Contreras. 17th is going to be Logan Haynes, and Matt Banky is going to finish out in 18th. Well, what a good night for that number 20 Ford Mustang as he is burning it down here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And look at all the smoke flying. Definitely a good night for Mr. Oakes. Well, give us a second, and we're going to try to track down our top 3 finishers. And see how they thought tonight's race went. Daryl, this is Richard up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Oh, pretty good, man. What a ride you had tonight. You weren't there at first, but right there at the end, you showed up when it really mattered, man. Talk to us a little bit about your race.
We practiced earlier this week, and the setup was pretty good that we had, and then tonight we were doing the practice before the race, and it seemed like the car was just a little tighter coming off the corners. The middle was pretty good, but the exit wasn't like what we wanted. It was a little tight. The tires were okay, but needed a little bit more turn. So we were playing around with some setup and came across something that was just a little adjustment that helped Jeff, as my teammate, the winner, and figured out how to get the car to turn a little better. And so 1 and 2, man, 1 and 2 was electric. 1 and 2 I was great at. 3 and 4 didn't quite get the handle on that. Jeff had that figured out really well. So yeah, it was just a matter of practicing together and trying to figure out all the adjustments and then trying to remember them down the road. There's just so many to do with these cars, but it was a lot of fun. And I thought I was going to get to second. I had him, but then I think it was Nick, whoever the 48 was, the second place car. He had 3 and 4 better than me, and he could get a run. and then I think I was burning myself up a little bit trying to keep up there, so I kind of lost 1 and 2 a little bit. But I'll be happy with third. I'm really good with that one.
Absolutely, man. Y'all had a good run last week, and then you come here this week, put your car up on the podium. Man, congratulations on that third place finish. Next week is going to be a little bit different as you head to Coda.
Yeah, ooh,
How you
can hardly
feeling?
wait. That is, I am I don't know if you call it old school, but I am a NASCAR belongs on ovals kind of guy. The only two road courses that I like NASCAR being on are Watkins Glen and Sonoma because those are the two they've done the longest. So I'm cool with that. But all these other road courses they're throwing in, no, thank you. It's just nothing but trying to survive.
Absolutely. Well, 90 laps down, you find yourself in third. You know what comes next, man. You can give all the shout outs that you would like to give, my friend. You definitely earned it.
Oh, well, I gotta think. Shout outs to my wife first thing. She lets me play as much as I want and do the leagues that I want. And so without her, I wouldn't have any of this joy of being able to do this. I got to thank Jeff, my teammate. We've run together. Gosh, it's probably been 3 years total now, and we just really can bang thoughts and strategies off each other and work really well together. So that's good. And then I've got some other guys that I run with in another league, teammates, Alan Phillips and Jay Salmon. And then there's a Frankie Carruthers and a Garion Blaisdell. He's my nephew also. We do road course stuff with those two. But then Alan, Jay, and I, and Jeff, we do a lot of NASCAR stuff. So got to thank all them and just all the support that everybody's given me and the Lord above for letting an old man enjoy this simulation. It's really cool.
Absolutely. Well, you have a good night. Get ready for next week, and we'll see you then.
Awesome, man. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, that was our third place finisher, Mr. Daryl Klotz. And, well, without further ado, let's catch up with our second place finisher. If I can find the right room.
For us. Hey.
Man, what a run that you had. Man, you had the lead for quite a while there, but man, time ran out. It looks like you had a little bit better car coming out of 3 and 4, and he had a little bit better in 1 and 2, but your car looked, if you would have had just a few more laps, I believe you would have been able to win this race, but you just ran out of laps. So tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, man, we had a bad fast rod. That Logitech G Toyota Camry was fast out there, man. I don't think we ever fell out of the top 5 all day today for those 90 laps. But, man, it was an awesome ride. Jeffrey did a great job. Daryl did a great job, too. And, yeah, I think I could have had Jeffrey at the end. He knew, we talked about it just now, he knew I was committed to the top. And I was putting some time down, putting some heat down, and I was catching him. And if he was sticking to his bottom lane and I didn't get any dirty air, I probably could have passed him. But that's just the way it is. That the way these Gen 7 cars work with that dirty air. But overall, it was a fun race. We had a great time.
Absolutely. So how did, battling with the O2, affect you, trying to, stay up with the leader?
It wasn't too bad. Daryl was doing a good job, and I believe it was Logan who was up there for a little bit too in the O3 car. They were doing it pretty good. They were keeping me and Jeffrey separated, but I knew I had the better car than them in the long run. And after their first 10 laps of trying to put some heaters down, they fell off, and I found my way around them. But in the end, I decided to find a way around Jeffrey, and he did a great job. And hats off to him.
Absolutely. Well, next week is definitely going to be a whole different ball game as you head to your first road course of the 2025 season. How you feeling about racing at Coda next week?
Man, we're feeling pretty good. That's actually, I'm from Texas, and me and Jake Morales actually right after our league race the next day, we are leaving to go camp for the weekend for the Coda race. But I won at Sonoma last weekend here in Old Glory, or not last weekend, but last season in Old Glory in here. So I feel pretty confident in the road course gang. And now that, I like the full format, the full course of Coda better than the half course that NASCAR is doing. So I think that's going to play into my favor this coming week.
Absolutely. Well, I can't wait to see what that number 48 Logitech Toyota can do next week at COTA. But, man, you are no stranger to the podium finishes. So, you know what comes next. We're going to let you give all those shout-outs that you would like to give, my friend.
We'll go ahead and give our first shout out to Toyota Mafia. You know, Jake, my teammate, he was pretty defeated last week after Daytona. You know, these Toyotas, we're typically good at these drafting tracks as well. I know we didn't run the drafting track of Atlanta this week, but at Daytona, you know, we're usually pretty strong there, and it really defeated us what happened that we figured out after race. We had the whole wrong setup. So shout out to Jake. We got him on the right path today, and I think he got himself a top 10 finish or somewhere right around that. So shout out to him. Shout out to EPI. And shout out to everyone who helps put Old Glory keeps it together week to week. We really enjoy everyone coming out, and we hope to see more people join us throughout the season.
Absolutely. Well, Jacob did finish in 6th, so he had just right outside the top 5.
Awesome. Great for him then.
All right, man. Well, get ready for COTA as it is going to come up quick, fast, and in a hurry, and we hope to see you in Victory Lane.
Thank you, Richard. Have a good rest of your night, bud.
You too. All right, that was our second place finisher, Colton Hefner, and I'm trying to get the dashboard off the screen because it's still on Daryl, but that's okay. You know what? We could probably just go ahead and shut that down. And it probably still ain't going to go away, but that's all right. Can I do this? Yes, I can. All right. So now we're going to catch up with Mr. Jeff Oakes as he ran a really good race here tonight and led a lot of laps. And let's let him talk about it. Mr. Jeffrey Oakes, this is Richard up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, but it looks like you are doing a lot better, man. What an amazing race you had here. You led quite a bit of laps, and then right there after the stage, you know, you had to battle a little bit with the 48. He got ahead of you. The 03 was a factor, but you were the one to prevail and to take tonight's W here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Man, tell us how you're feeling.
Feeling pretty good. Needed a win. Needed that win, so feels really good. It was a great race. It's always nice to lead a lot of laps and be out front and kind of stay ahead of the trouble. So that's always nice and makes it a little less stressful, I guess.
Now we did talk to Colton, and he said that y'all were talking, and y'all agreed that he probably had the better car on the longer run. Now, you are going to agree with that on the air, or are you going to keep that a secret?
No. We were definitely talking. And I don't know if it was necessarily on the longer run, because like the first 2 stints, I was able to really start pulling away on them late in the run. That's when I was starting making the bigger gaps on them. But he definitely had a better car in the high line. And so, you know what I mean, and where that plays into the long run scenario, whatever. But yeah, he definitely had a car that was ripping on the top line there at the end for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I was looking at it. You would pull away out of 1 and 2, and he would catch you in 3 and 4, and just ran out of laps to see who could actually bring home that W.
Yeah, I knew he had to be working pretty hard there. Like I was watching him, obviously my relative in the mirror, and I knew he had to be working his tires hard. So I felt he was pretty committed to that top lane. So I just let him once he got to me. I just kind of hoped that putting some dirty air on him and taking his line away would work, and it did.
Definitely played in your favor, Jeffrey.
Yes, sir.
It was a great race for you here tonight, man, and you definitely earned that win. Great job. Congratulations once again. Up 5 spots from where you started. And, man, you definitely earned all the shout-outs that you would like to give, my friend.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys up there in the booth for what you guys do in the league, for putting this on. Everybody comes out and races and make these races happen. Obviously, it takes participants to make it happen. So hats off to them. I'd like to thank my teammate, Daryl, my beautiful wife that lets me do this. And I might be missing some people, but if I do, that's okay. Hopefully we'll talk to you next week. So
All righty, man. Well, I've asked everybody else, You know, your teammate was not too thrilled about Coda. He said, we're just going to try to survive. But what do you say about Coda?
Bring it on.
Bring it on.
I wish there was more road courses.
All right. Well, well, Colton, he seems pretty confident. You seem pretty confident. Can't wait to
Yes,
see
yeah. Yeah, him and I were talking about that a little too, so it'll be fun.
Absolutely. Well, you have a great night. Go celebrate. And, man, we will catch you next week.
All right, thanks, guys. Have a good one.
You too.
Thanks.
All right, all right. Well, that concludes this evening's race. What a great race it was. 90 laps in the books. You know, only a couple of cautions. You know, a couple cars did get put out. You know, Mark Kincaid, he had a struggle here tonight. Larry Contreras, you know, a few good cars, you know, got put out, you know, kind of late in the game, but that's how NASCAR goes. This track is very unpredictable. These cars are very unpredictable, but they have a chance to redeem themselves next week or the week after, as our next two races are going to be Coda and Auto Club. My favorite is actually coming up in about 3 weeks, and that is going to be Las Vegas. Whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, and they're going to be there in about 3 weeks. Can't wait to see what happens. But that's going to be all for tonight. Hopefully everybody enjoyed. Appreciate everybody that joined into the stream and watched these drivers work hard and, you know, try to bring home that victory. But we will catch y'all next week, same time, same place, right here on Southern Broadcasting Gaming Network at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, or excuse me, Central Time. But y'all have a good night. God bless. And